Good morning, students. So dear students, today we are going to start an amazing chapter, a chapter of great importance, that is trigonometry. Trigonometry chapter tells us the height of certain structures, the width in between certain structures, and also the angle without actually measuring it. Before starting this chapter, let us move to a topic which we have already learned in our previous classes, that is Pythagoras theorem. So this is such a theorem which can only be implemented where there is a right angle triangle. So let's draw a right angle triangle. When we are drawing a right angle triangle, which basically means that any one of its angle must be 90 degrees. So let us name it as ABC. So in this case, ABC is a right angle triangle. So since this is 90 degree, so this one is going to be the base, BC is going to be the base, and AB is going to be the perpendicular. Now the longest side of a right angle triangle is nothing but called the hypotenuse. So by Pythagoras theorem, we get a formula, that is the hypotenuse squared is always equals to base squared plus perpendicular square. Now according to this diagram, if we write it so, then hypotenuse is our AC. So AC square is equals to base is our BC. BC square plus perpendicular is our AB square. So from Pythagoras theorem, according to this diagram ABC, right angled at B, we got it as AC square is equal to BC square plus AB square. Now with the help of this Pythagoras theorem, we will proceed to our next part of trigonometry. So before starting the main concept of trigonometry, we need to know certain terms associated with this chapter. That is, we need to know about sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec. Now when we are defining all such terms, we need to know which is perpendicular, which is the base, and which is the hypotenuse. So we are having a short method in order to remember all such formulas. That is, we will be just naming it as, we just have to remember a single term, that is Pandit Badri Prasad Bol Hari Hari. So this is a shortcut, I am just repeating, Pandit Badri Prasad Bol Hari Hari. You can also remember it as PB, PB, HH. So what we are going to do here is, so this is the shortcut. So we will put P, in the numerators we are going to put B, P, B, H, H. Similarly, we will be doing the same from the putting the things in the denominator. Again P, B, P, B, H, H. So what does it mean? So our formula becomes sine theta is equal to P by H, that is perpendicular by hypotenuse. Cos is equal to B by H, that means base by hypotenuse. When we talk about tan, it is perpendicular by base. When we are talking about cot, it is base by perpendicular. When we are talking about sec, it is hypotenuse by base. And when we are talking about cosec, it is hypotenuse by perpendicular. So these are the terms. Now in the diagram, which things we can mark it as perpendicular and which are our base. So in this particular thing, what we will notice is, say we are drawing one another triangle and we are naming it as ABC similarly. So this is the right angle. Say we are considering angle C as theta. If we consider angle C as theta, so what will be our sine theta in that case? Sine theta will be equals to, see, wherever there is theta, just the line which is adjacent to theta is basically the base. This is always going to be the base. And the line which is just opposite to that of this angle theta is the perpendicular. And the longest side which we are having here is the hypotenuse. So we will put just the values of base as BC, we will put the value of AB as perpendicular and hypotenuse as AC. Now let us check one more diagram where we are going to put theta in A. Say this is a triangle again, right angled at B. We are considering theta in A. In angle A, if we consider the theta, what we will get it as? Here in this case, our base becomes, see, the angle is there just opposite to the angle. This is perpendicular. This is always going to be the perpendicular. And in this case, what are left out? Base and hypotenuse. So the longest side is always going to be the hypotenuse, and we are left out with one side, that is base. So just see what is the difference between both the diagrams. Whenever the theta angle changes, base and perpendicular is also going to change, and accordingly we have to put it here. Now if we consider the first diagram, then what is the value for perpendicular and hypotenuse? If we consider the first diagram, okay students, just check it. So if we are considering the first diagram, so it is perpendicular by hypotenuse. What is our perpendicular? Perpendicular is AB. And what is our hypotenuse? It is our AC. So the formula of sine theta, the formula for sine theta becomes AB by AC. Now if we are considering cos theta, with respect to the first diagram, we are ignoring the second diagram for the case. So what we will observe is base by hypotenuse. So which is our base? It is BC. So the formula becomes BC by hypotenuse is AC. Now when we are considering tan theta, it is perpendicular by base. So which is our perpendicular? AB, and base is BC. So the formula becomes AB by BC. When we are considering cot theta means base by perpendicular. So which is our base? Base is our BC and perpendicular is our AB. When we are talking about sec theta is nothing but hypotenuse by base. Hypotenuse is our AC and base is our BC. And when we consider cosec theta, it is hypotenuse by perpendicular. So hypotenuse is AC and perpendicular is AB. So this is how we write down the formulas, and it is very easy to remember those. Okay. So in our next class, we will learn about the relationship in between sine, cos, tan, cot, sec, cosec.